ACAD program, your screen will probably not look exactly like mine. You'll probably have all these other not splash page, but all these other goofy buttons and display box and stuff like that on it. You will probably not need those. One of them is like introduction to what's new about AutoCAD and stuff like that. You could go ahead and close it if you want to read it up later. Go ahead, but we don't really need that. And then there's also a little dialog box with springs and all that stuff on it. You could just close that out. All we want to do is to just get it to a clean screen. Yours may not look exactly like mine. You might already have the ribbons already on there, but if you close out and then restart again, it should be something like this. Okay. How we're going to start out with is that even if you have the ribbons and stuff already on there, go ahead and click on this icon right here, which is for a new document. So up at the upper left-hand corner, there's a little icon there that looks like a piece of paper. Click on that. And then you should come up with a new dialog box that says select template. When that comes up, come down to where it says ACAD.dwt. That is a drawing template, and that's what we'll be using for the class. Okay, so whenever you want to make a new document, go to this icon right here and then select a template, which is AutoCAD DWT template. Okay, and then just say open. When you do that, you should be loaded up with all of these ribbon menu. This thing probably doesn't show on yours. This thing probably doesn't show on yours. You probably don't have this thing right here. You probably have something like this down here, something like that. Is that correct? Okay. I'll tell you a few parts of this program, the interface, so that we could all be on the same page. Just like Rhino, this program is both a three-dimensional modeler and a two-dimensional drafting software. Okay, so if you go up to this little icon right here and click on the very corner, notice that the little cube turns 3D, and notice that the UCS icon, user's coordinate icon, appears in a three-dimensional form, just like how it was in Rhino, correct? Since we are going to use this program mainly for two-dimensional drawing, you could always keep it at the top view. And there are settings in here that you can draft in 3D, but mainly if you're in the 2D work mode, you're basically drawing right on the flat area, just like how you made everything 2D on Rhino. It kind of acts like that screen right there. Okay. First of all, before we get into anything, like I said, let's explain a few different parts of the interface. Okay, so right up top on the upper left-hand corner, we have the application button. Here you have all of these, pretty much the standard, the standard program stuff like new document, open, save as, print, and all that. I mean, those are the kind of stuff that you find in Word, Excel, all the programs that you use, correct? Yes. Right here is the quick access buttons, and we'll use these later, but pretty much as this button does, all of those are available to you as well, like new, open, save as, print, undo, redo, and all that. And you can start to add more to it if you like, but for now you could just keep it as the standard and we should be okay. Okay. Right here is your ribbon icon. Yours may look a little bit better than mine. Right here, I have to pull these out to get essentially all this stuff should be appearing right on your screen already, right? Just because this screen, my monitor, is connected to that projector, and that projector is an analog, very poor resolution stuff. I'm kind of stuck with this layout. For yours, you should have the whole thing pretty much expanded and there right at your beck and call. So good for you. Okay. Each of these tabs contain parts or commands that we will be using. Okay. But home will be what we'll be using most. In the home ribbon buttons, like lines and all that stuff, it also appears elsewhere as well. Okay, like let's say this annotation right here, right? It also appears up here. If we look at these symbols over here, if you expand the annotate tab, basically there are a lot more of the commands that appears onto this this ribbon interface. Okay, so we'll be entering the commands. One way is through this ribbon, which is kind of like the Rhino tabs, right? Where it has the icons and you click on the icons and that's how you call up the command. Okay. Just like Rhino, you also have a command input. Okay, so this down here is the command input. What I would like you to do when you look, or when you first open this thing, is that hover over it so that you get a little arrow, okay? And then expand it to where you get 3 or 4 lines. Believe me, this will help you, because just like Rhino, the AutoCAD will basically prompt you of what information that it wants to complete your command. And if you see more than one command line, basically reading several of the command lines, it would really help you in learning this program a little bit faster. If this thing is in the way, you can always dock it. If you bring it down towards the bottom of the page, it will dock onto that bottom section. Okay? And then if there's too much showing, of course, you can take the little arrow thing, if I could bring it out, and then, you know, just have like 3 or 4 lines showing, and that's it. But always do make it a good practice to have a few lines showing. What I'm going to do is to pull this out and put it up here. That way you guys can read the command that I am inputting. Okay, so you don't have to do that. Sometimes this gets in the way up here, but I think it'll be more beneficial and useful to you if I put the command prompt right there, so when I type in the command, it is there. So like I said, just like Rhino, you can type in the command. Okay. The pull down menu. Pull down menu in AutoCAD, this is a new thing with the 2016 version. If you click on this expanse right here, it says show menu bar. Okay. If we click on that, you'll see another set of menu bar, and that's very similar to the ribbon menu bar. Okay. This too now will act like a pull down menu that you're used to using in Rhino. So all of these drawing commands, so if you want to draw a line, it's here. But just like Rhino, you can go ahead and select the icon for line there. Okay, or you can come in here and type in line, and that would be the line command for that. So you have, again, 3 ways of putting in a command. Okay.